Welcome to The Leadership We Need Now, a space where we talk about kind, compassionate, and courageous leadership. I'm Stacey Dye, and I've been a nonprofit director for over 20 years. I'm also a strategist and an executive coach. And today I want to talk about authentic leadership versus performative leadership. And this is a really interesting topic that I don't know that I have all the answers to. So when I talk about these subjects, I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of knowledge with some of them, well, with most of them, but I never feel like an expert in any of those things because every situation is different, all people are different, all types of leadership is different. And so it really is kind of like picking the right thing for you. This one though is really hard because it's so complicated to talk about this that when we think about performative leadership, we talk about charisma and we talk about energy and we talk about ideas and all of that has been seen and like put up on a pedestal and it's worked. I mean, it really has worked. It's drawn attention, it's drawn funding, it's drawn influence. And so how do you have authentic leadership where you can be vulnerable, you can talk about your challenges, you can partner and have relationships. It doesn't always have to be for show. How do you have authentic leadership and have so much value in your team, in your organization, in your business, when performative leadership is really kind of seen as the ideal? And I think this has always been a struggle for me. It's almost that idea of like show pony versus workhorse. And I've always loved the idea of like showing up, working hard, doing the work, first in, last out kind of mentality. And I think in that way of thinking, I've always put the performative leadership to the side, right? Forgetting to make those Facebook posts or social media posts or do the video or tell the story, really. Minimizing my impact in something and talking about the team, being a good team player, being the partner, not the the one on top. And I think that has served me really well in a lot of places, but I've also struggled because the performative leadership piece is the piece that gets funding, that gets likes on Facebook or likes on social media. It's the stuff that people talk about, that people gravitate to. It's the things that cause influence. And so how do we, as leaders, find this balance, find this way to be authentically leading in a performative way? I don't know the answer, but I'm just opening it up to the conversation of I think we can all have these debates, right? Like we can all argue for and against anything. We can make up a topic and just find ways to find counter arguments. But I think for this, is there an and plus versus an either or? And I think that that's really where I'm trying to move to, is I feel like I've got that authentic leadership kind of in my, toolbox. I know how to do a lot of those things. Not perfect, but I do know how to do those. I think the performative leadership is where I've really struggled, and that I'm trying to like step into. It's doing these videos, it's creating different energy, it's social media, it's changing the way that we talk about our story and that we talk about the work and that we talk about our businesses or our leadership. And finding this balance is going to be interesting, and I'm open to having these conversations with people because I do think that no matter what we say, we need both. And so how do we, in a society where you get maybe a 5-second clip that people are willing to listen or people are willing to absorb what you have to say, how do you have authentic connection to others? How do we do that? How do we market that? How do we, in a world where you get hundreds of emails a day, your Facebook or your social media feed is filled with ads and sponsorships and people's comments and reports and news. And how do you make sure that your leadership style and that your leadership work that you're doing is still authentic, still you? You can still be you, but you can be able to show that in a way that people can better support and understand you. And so I think this is a conversation I kind of want to leave open, but I am thinking like maybe this is a way that we can start the conversation about making sure that we add the performance. I'm using that word, but I don't love it. But using the performance in the authentic work we're doing. So how do we step up our video game? How do we step up our social media game? And I don't think it's more, I think it's different. I think it's elevated. I think it's, putting out different pictures, making sure we take the time to be able to say and tell our story in a way that people would want to hear it. And again, I think that this is all something that we're creating as we're going, because what is relevant now will not be relevant in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or tomorrow or the next day. And so we have to kind of stay ahead of the trend. So how do we make sure that what we're doing, how we're leading is us, is authentic, but then step in and add this other piece. So it's a work in progress, but I definitely want to hear more and talk to others and see what other people think about this idea. So like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.